welcome to the Bulletproof Body Project. The first thing that you're going to do when you come in to do a warm-up is you're going to grab the foam roller and you're going to grab a ball. Okay, so you're going to grab one of these and one of these, and you're going to do some self-myofascial release work, basically known as foam rolling or soft tissue therapy. So the whole idea of foam rolling or soft tissue work is to help roll out the trigger points or knots in your muscles. Okay, so we're trying to break up the density of the muscles that you have accumulated over the last few weeks, months and years, and make the muscle a little bit more pliable and a little bit more workable. Once we get these knots out or trigger points out using the foam roller, we can then progress on to stretching the muscles and then do a dynamic warm-up, getting yourself warmed up and ready for exercise. This stuff here is super important for muscle quality. The better your muscle quality is, the better your training sessions are going to be, and the less chance of injuries you're going to occur, and it's also going to just promote really fast recovery from your training sessions so you can hit the next one even better. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to work from the bottom up to the top, spending about 30 to 40 seconds on each area. Okay, the first time you're going to do this, you're going to be all over the place more than likely, especially if you've never used one of these before, because it does require you to use your body weight and be able to manipulate yourself over the roller to make it easy. When you also know what areas that you have to roll and you can kind of visualize them in the head, it just makes the whole process easier. So, like I said, we're going to start from bottom up. So the first part we're going to release, we're going to throw your shoes off, and we're going to keep the shoes off for the duration of the warm-up. We're going to grab your ball, we're going to roll the bottom of your feet, okay? So these areas here get really tight, just say from the top of the heel, or just below the heel here, right up to under the ball of the foot. So you're going to stand on the ball, apply as much pressure as you can tolerate, and you're just going to roll back and forth, like this here. Okay, nice and slow. If you pass over too quick, what's going to happen is you're not actually going to get in and massage the muscle. So we squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Okay, and then we can break them up at the end there. Just pass them over real quick. So it's just 30 seconds each side. 30 seconds on this one. Squeeze the toes, release them. Okay, you feel a kind of a burning sensation. And release after 30 seconds. Okay, so that's us finished with the ball for a while. Next we're jumping down to the floor. We're going to work on your calves, okay? All this tissue that comes up to the back of your knee. So when you're doing your calves, you can either leave one foot on top of the roller like this, or pop one foot over to apply more pressure. Okay, the good thing about foam rolling is that it allows you to massage yourself, and you also get to apply the pressure that you can tolerate. Okay, so you don't want to do it that it's so easy that it doesn't actually change the tissue and get into the muscle. But at the same time, you don't want to put so much pressure on it that it becomes too painful and you end up actually kind of contracting your muscles. It gets too hard and you can't actually work into the tissue. So when you're doing this stuff, you must try and stay relaxed and allow whatever tool you're using to get into the muscle and to actually work out those knots. So less pressure, more pressure. Just going side to side. I'm going to apply a little bit more pressure. So again, we're doing these nice and slow. We don't have to go through them too quick. I'm going to go on the inside of my calf. I'm just using my hands to slide me down the floor into the middle. When you feel a really sore spot, that's where you're either finding a trigger point or not. Basically, so you're going to stay on him for a second, go side to side, and pass over it. Almost as if you're trying to iron the muscles. So think about the way you'd iron your clothes, iron your shirt, to take the creases out. We're going to do the same with your muscles. Okay, so again, whatever pressure you can tolerate, 30 to 40 seconds that side, 30 to 40 seconds this side. You can also move your foot around on these ones, it's really good for getting into it. Just make sure you do the outside, make sure you do the middle and the inside. Coming right up just to the bottom, the base of your knee, and all the way down towards your Achilles tendon. Okay, good stuff. Next we're going to do your IT band, which is this fella here that runs from the base of your knee on the side right up along your hip. Okay, so for this we're going to lie on the side, put one foot out in front of the other. We're going to keep this leg long and relaxed, and all we're going to do is start just below the hip bone, roll ourselves all the way down just to the top of the knee. Again, you're looking for those really tight spots. When you find one, stay on it for a sec. You have the option of flexing your leg and towards your backside. You have the option of going side to side. Remember that the idea here is to stay relaxed in this muscle and don't constrict yourself to get it tight or you can't work the tissue. If you need more pressure, put one leg on top of the other. Just remember, stay relaxed. Okay, so there's a trigger point right there, right just above my knee. So I'm going to stay on him, trying to work him out. So remember, all you have is about 30 or 40 seconds. So we're just a quick couple of passes up and down. Get the tight spots. Change over, do the opposite leg. Okay, so this leg isn't as bad. What you're going to notice as well is that you're probably going to find one side of your body tighter than the other. Stay nice and relaxed. Okay, so that's your IT band done. The next one we're going to do is just going to do the front of the quads. This group of muscle here, you've got 3 muscles here in the front of your leg. This is just called the quad group. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to just roll him. So we're going to pop the roller onto the front. And we're just going to work again just below the hip, all the way up to the top of the knee. Hitting different areas, looking for the tight spots. Going onto the side a little bit, up towards the hip. If you need to apply more pressure, again, put one leg over the other. As long as you keep that muscle relaxed, it's fine. Okay, so again, once you find that sore spot, which is there, stay on it. Work it out. If you want, bring your leg in towards your backside and release. Okay, do the same on the opposite leg. So you can see that if you haven't done this before, it can be quite challenging to just even trying to hold your body up and trying to move yourself away in the position. And what you'll see yourself doing, if it is the first time you're doing it, you'll kind of be all over the place and you'll be sliding off, and you'll find it difficult the first time you're doing it, but that's totally fine. You'll get the hang of it pretty quick. Roll them out. Okay, that's basically, we've got the sides done, we've got the fronts done, and then we just want to do this inside of your legs here as well. So to do this one, we're just going to position the foam roller slightly at an angle. Okay, so position at an angle, just off center, taking the leg out to the side, and then we would just want to roll all the way into the inside of your knee here, all the way right up to your kneecap. Again, apply what pressure you can tolerate to keep the muscle relaxed. Do him for 10 or 15 seconds. And then as you're coming up to the inside, all you're going to do, instead of rolling straight in to the middle here, you're going to roll in to the center of the leg, and then you're going to take the foam roller out and roll up here. So you're not actually rolling all the way inside to the groin. You'll roll like this here, and then once you get halfway up the leg, you'll just turn yourself a little bit, and you'll feel that group of muscle in there is going to be really sticky, really sore, really tender. So again, just spend about 10-15 seconds, change over to the opposite leg. Ten, 15 seconds there, 10-15 seconds here. So it's really important when you're doing this that you stick to the time of about 30 to 40 seconds on each muscle group, because it'll take about 10 minutes altogether in total. And even if you're spending just a little bit extra, say like a minute on each one, it ends up being double the whole time, and it'll end up taking 20 minutes instead of 10 minutes. So you just got to be really quick. Do one area, move on. Do that area, move on to the next. Right, next up we're going to do the glutes. Okay, these are these biggest muscles in your body, are your bum muscles. What we're going to do is we're going to one leg over the other and just roll the outside of your backside. If you're finding it difficult to get your leg up here, even if you're not, it's actually a nice option as well. Just keep this leg relaxed out straight and just roll over your glutes. If you find that that's not really doing much to you, what you can do is get a ball that you use for foam roll your feet and do the same thing. Pop your foot up and just do little small circles just around the outside of your butt. Again, we're looking for the tightest area and roll the tightest spots. Change over opposite leg. Foot up. Put whatever kind of body weight you can tolerate on. If it's too much, you're lifting your weight off. You need more, relax more into it. Put more body weight onto the ball. Okay, 30 to 40 seconds there onto the glutes. And we're going to move on away from the legs. Okay, so far we've got pretty much the whole lower body done. Done the feet, done the calves, ITB, quad groups. You've done your adductors in here as well, and you've done your glutes. Okay, next one we're going to move on is going to be your thoracic spine, which is just around mid-back, working up towards your shoulders. Okay, so when you're foam rolling, you want to stay away from your lower back all the time, so you never want to come down here onto your lower back. You want to start mid-back. Hands behind your head. And the aim now is to start with your hips level with your shoulders and drop your hips and shoulders down to the floor at the same time. And you're almost going to do some mini crunches. Try and get your shoulders to the floor. And then just come down about half an inch or work up half an inch, depends on where you're going. Say we do 5 or 6, work it down. And we're kind of working him all the way up. So just that mid-back area towards the upper back area. Try and drop your hips and your shoulders to the floor at the same time. From there, we're going to open up or roll your shoulder blades. So this time what we've got to do is we've got to slightly tilt yourself over onto one side, take one hand up over your head, and now you're on the actual blade of your shoulder. Again, lift your hips up, lift your bum off the floor so you can move with your legs. You're going to find loads of little lumpy parts in here because your shoulder is just made up of so many tiny little muscles and tendons and ligaments, so you're going to find or hear a lot of crunching kind of sounds. Again, just 30 seconds. Change over 30 seconds. Okay. And then the last one on this side of us is we're just going to do your lats. Okay, these are these muscles here. Biggest muscles in your back. They run kind of starting just behind your armpit and run down in along here, kind of at the back of your rib cage. So for this one, what you're going to do is take your hand behind your head, position the foam roller just at the bottom of your armpit, right? So there's the armpit there, we're just at the back of it. In my opinion, this is the sorest place to foam roll. If it is too sore to actually roll and move yourself, just stay on it and maybe go side to side. Okay, and then after a couple of weeks it'll get a little bit easier and that you can actually start to move on it. So again, we're just spending 30 seconds looking for those really sore spots. So there it is there. So I'm just going to spend the remainder of my 30 seconds when I find it, working that tight spot out. Okay, changing sides. Just going to show you this one from the back. Okay, hand behind your head. Stay relaxed in the muscle again, remember. Don't get tight, keep the muscle relaxed. Looking for those really tight spots. And we spend 30 seconds on the other side. Okay, and then onto the last one. Going to grab your ball again. So you've pretty much released the majority of the, I'll say the bigger hitters, the tightest areas in your body. The last one we got to do then is just release off the pec, which is your chest muscle here, okay? So a lot of times when these get tight, especially when you're sitting down a lot, whether it be at a computer or driving, or even just looking down at your phone all the time, these muscles here at the front can get really, really tight. Okay, so what we got to do for this is, you're going to come up beside one of the racks, or even up beside the edge of a wall, one of the pillars. All you're going to do is pop him against the rack. Just going to bring it just into the meaty part, so you'll find it, don't worry. in towards your chest, and then again, the same sort of deal, applying what pressure that you can tolerate on it, moving around small circles, looking for the tightest area, just underneath your collarbone, down a little bit lower, 30 seconds, take your hand out, look for different areas, take it in, look for different areas, okay, and then 30 seconds on the opposite sides. Okay, and that's just going to release them fellas off a little bit as well. So there you go, like you've pretty much released everything in less than 10 minutes. Great option to do at home as well, or even before you come into the gym. Do this once a day, followed by a little bit of stretching, and you're onto a real winner. And what you'll notice is that in the space of a very short time, say even 2-3 weeks, you'll notice that when you foam roll, it actually hurts less and less because the quality of your muscle has gotten better. So there's not as much knots in it. Okay, so what you'll find is that you'll come in, you'll probably start with one of the softer foam rollers we have here. After a period of say 2, 3, 4 weeks, it doesn't have the same effect. You might say it to me, or you might just go and grab one of the harder foam rollers. The harder foam rollers are denser, they're harder, so what they'll do is they'll actually get into the muscles a little bit deeper and work them out a little bit more harder. Okay, so there you go, give that a shot. That's the first thing that you got to do when you come into the gym for your warm-up. Grab a foam roller, grab a ball, find your space in the grass, take your shoes off and go to work. Make sure you check the clock, 10 minutes to roll all them berries.